started planning for the Big Jack East project in 2014. It's occurring immediately south of the town of Truckee. We're looking to treat approximately 2,000 acres of National Forest System lands. There's two primary goals to the Big Jack East project. The first is to provide for more defensible space for firefighting. The second is to create a more resilient forest to drought, disease, and ultimately climate change, which any resident of the Sierra will tell you we're already starting to feel the effects of.
The National Forest Foundation performed fundraising for the project from state, local, and corporate partners, and is implementing the work alongside the Forest Service. The Tahoe Truckee Community Foundation has been an integral partner in educating the local Truckee community about the Big Jack East project. So the relationship between the NFF and the Forest Service during this project is very much one of a partnership. We're relying on one another to get this project done. So the NFF takes care of the contractor procurement. They also manage the contractor day-to-day and take care of oversight operations of the contractor. So throughout the project implementation, which we expect to be about 2 years long, there will be intermittent trail closures where we are operating to maintain public safety. We're going to try to minimize those trail closures to those areas of operation so that people can continue to enjoy this area. It's a popular spot for recreation, and we understand that, and we want to minimize our impact as much as possible there.
The reality is our forests are overgrown, and we've got some years ahead of us where we need to be in the forest doing these kinds of treatments. And so Big Jack for us is one of the first that's closest to home. And at the end of the day, again, it's painful to see some of these trees go, but we know this is about the health of our forest and the protection of our community. As we know, change is difficult. The environment that we have invested in by living up here is an environment that is hard to see change. And yet, when you know that at the end of the day, this is really going to protect us and have a healthier forest around us, then our call to action as a community is to pay attention, educate ourselves, and know who to call or where to go when you do have questions about the forest.
So I like to think of the Big Jack East in three key phases. The first phase is where we'll be doing the actual mechanical work, dropping trees and masticating that material, and then bringing it to landings. At any point during that process, the second phase will be kicked in which we'll be transporting that material off-site for further processing. And so that could include either saw logs in the form of actual trees, or it'll include biomass material, which is being taken to Loyalton, produced into electricity. The third phase, which is critical, which is the reintroduction of fire. The reintroduction of fire is critical because it's a natural part of the Sierra ecosystem, and the plants and animals here have evolved to really need fire in order to thrive. So the Big Jack East project really represents a long-term commitment to this piece of ground. Even after the mechanical work and the reintroduction of fire, we're going to need to continue to come back here and either maintain that fuels reduction or allow for fire to continually be reintroduced.
I think this project in particular gives us an opportunity to start having these conversations with the community. What I hope is that Big Jack East will really be our first understanding of what this should look and feel like.